Hey, what's up? So I just wanted to see what you thought of this, because I saw the headline first, and I was like, let me see what the stupid article says. The headline alone was already something that I didn't want to read the article over because my immediate thought of something like this is that it's manufactured consent. It's something put out there just to get people to think that, oh, okay, I guess if other people are okay with it and they like it, that it makes sense. Um, that's basically what manufactured consent is. Maybe one form or whatever. But it's a lie. It's a lie. It's just to put simply, it's just a freaking lie. But what I thought was really funny was like, of course, part of the description for the article, like the before you read the article, where it says something like a survey says, right? Like, so it's a survey, right? So I was like, all right, let's see who the survey is from. These things down here, but the survey is from PlaySafe ID. I could look it up. I don't care. I don't know who PlaySafe ID is, and for me, the fact that I don't even know who PlaySafe ID is makes them not matter at all. Like, I would think a survey from someone I've never heard of is not for, just for me. It's like whatever, and it's not because I need it to be a popular thing, or whatever. But if it's not popular, then what exactly are they surveying, right? That's kind of, it reminds me of a little bit. I'll never forget when surveys and articles and all this stuff were saying how like 50% of gamers are female, and I'll never forget that people believed that. And I was like, look, if you were an actual gamer that played games, all kinds of games, or even the big ones like Call of Duty or Battlefield or online games or anything like that, you would know that that's just nonsense. You would know that when 99% of your guild mates, your clan mates, and all this stuff are male. Unless they're all just pretending to be male. Why would they, right? I suppose, right? Anyways, pretty funny. It just reminds me of that because that was how it was for a few years at least, if you remember that, right? Like for a few years, man, the articles, gaming sites, and all this stuff were pushing this idea that 50% of gamers are female, and it's just stupid nonsense. If anything, they're like that for mobile gaming. Sure, I wouldn't even be surprised if it was 80% female gamers on mobile games. I don't consider that gaming at all. But that's just me, right? Like if somebody only plays Angry Birds, I'm not gonna think of them as a gamer at all. Or Farmville, you're not a gamer. What's funny to me is I've had friends and family who play these casual games and mobile games and stuff like that, and at least even they know they're not a gamer. They wouldn't even call themselves a gamer. They play this mobile game. They don't think of themselves as a gamer, right? Like, it's a pastime. It's a very casual pastime, like waste time kind of a thing. Anyways, I didn't even mean to get into that, but it just kind of came to my head while I was thinking about that. Whatever, man. The survey thing just makes me laugh. So I briefly looked at this before I started recording this, and I just wanted to see. I wanted to share this and just go on it real quick because I was thinking about it, and I was like, I've seen this kind of thing here and there from time to time. Stuff like this pops up, right? And I'm just so sick of seeing it. And I'm like, do people actually believe this? And I'm like, that people can't believe that. That's nonsense. I wanted to close a tab real quick. Some people might believe it. It's kind of like the 50% female gamer thing, right? Like non-gamers believe that. People that don't actually play games believe that 50% of gamers are. They might even still believe that. I'm kind of curious. It's not a normal conversation anymore, right? Like, but it was for a while, like in the just gaming community, gaming forums and stuff like whatever. Now it's the new thing. I forgot. Yeah, now it's the new thing. I don't want to get into that at the moment. I I could. I don't want to. It's stupid. It's funny. I forgot about that. Yeah, we've switched over to the new thing. Anyways, so what I was skimming through this, right? Like I was reading through it, and I'm like, wait, this is just funny to me because, oh yeah, I think it was in the very end of the article. The frustration and fueled a demand for change. I mean, this whole article, the way it's written to, it just seems like PR. Like they copy pasted something that was given to them because they were paid to put this out there. Like, it's just strange. It doesn't. I don't know. And it sucks because this isn't any site that I used to. Especially now, I've seen it here and there. This site, like I like them usually, they share some content that I don't always see everywhere else and stuff. And in their regular articles that aren't like this one, this is obvious PR to me. They seem more human, right? And they seem more personal, and they're more personal kind of articles they put out there. But I'm not attached to anybody and haven't been for several years now. It all happened after Anthem and then Forspoken. I mean, I have slowly just stopped caring what anybody thinks anywhere in the gaming community before even recent events. But just over the years, I had slowly just been throwing them in the garbage because I'm just like, it's all trash, man. Everybody just says the same thing and whatever, Smaller titles are a little different for anybody. Like, indie sites are cool because indie games aren't usually talked about a lot, so you don't really get a lot of hate on them or anything, but it depends. It's weird, like you do on the AAA indie games, right? The AAA indie games, the lower budget AAA games. Anyway, so I came down to that bottom. I forgot that was so funny. I came down here and I saw this, like 83% of respondents said they would be more likely to play a game that is credibly promoted as being cheat free. 73% are willing to verify their identity and ensure fair play, and 79% believe cheaters should be punished across all games. I don't believe any of this for a single second. I really do believe these are fake numbers. I don't believe there was even an actual survey done. I don't believe that for a second. I just don't. I could be proven wrong. That's fine. I don't care. On top of that, then how many people were actually surveyed, and you compare that to the actual bigger number of gamers and whatever and stuff like that. This is probably like 1% of people at all, if these people exist that really want an anti-cheater or this stuff, right? Verify their identity so that they won't be playing with cheaters. It's just stupid nonsense, man. So this has killed MP First for me now. That's the name of the site. This has killed them for me. Like, I'll visit if there's an article I feel like visiting, but just I was, like I said, I was slowly like just throwing everybody away, and then I kind of like them. But no matter what, it always comes down to something stupid's gonna happen. No matter what, it's guaranteed. It's guaranteed that something like this would happen, or whatever. Anyways, what I had another thought on that because it was just funny to me about this. It's just, oh yeah, so I'm like, and I'm sitting here thinking that even if I go to the Steam forums and stuff, and you know what the number one complaint is every time before a game even launches, before a game even comes out, especially in single player games, because for whatever, I forget what it is, their single player, like say like Dark Souls, it has like a little bit of co-op or PvP-ish type thing, right? Something little, there's like some online element to it. They bring in these the anti-cheat programs and whatever, no matter what, right? Single player games have these anti-cheat programs that are forced on you and stuff like that. And what's really funny to me is I forgot about this. Every time I go to the forums before a game like that comes out, and people know that that's going to be in the game, they're like, I'm not buying it if you have this. I'm not going to buy this if you have it. I'm not going to buy it, over and over and over again, like all the hate fest too. There's the hate fest spam, and then there's like this kind of stuff too, where people are actually like posting and going, I'm not buying this crap. Like, stop forcing players into this stuff. Stop doing this. Stop doing that. And of course, what it comes down to is that people want to play the game, and the majority are going to play. Like, I'm one of them. I will play that game. I will do your stupid. But here's the thing that I think is funny about the online stuff. When I have a different perspective. I used to just not care because I was like, whatever, you have to sign these terms of service, whatever, you have to do it, la la la. Now I'm like, I'm at the point where I'm like, dude, none of that's even real to me, and it never has been. I've never really taken it as a serious contract. I'm like, well, I have to create an account to log in, right? Like, I have to do that. So it's just not like work. It just can't do it, right? Can't do these things, all this stuff. So I've never really taken the terms of service seriously or anything. And some of them are very bad. I'm not saying they're not bad. They are bad. They're all crap. All of them have been crap. They always have been. Well, it was different when the internet was new. It was much different. But for, ever since terms of service became a thing, they've only gotten worse and just been kind of crappy things or whatever. For the most part, it is the companies protecting their own asses. But what happens is it starts that way. They have to make these rules because people will throw fits and sue and whatever all over stupid little things. So they have to make these rules to protect themselves. And then what happens is it turns into something else. Like it's less about protecting themselves and more about screwing the people over. That's kind of another topic that I don't want to get into at the moment, so my head's not there. I know what I mean, but I can't explain it all, right? Or I could, but I don't want to right now. Anyways, So I'm always seeing people complain about these things, and of course, I've also seen people reply to those people saying, "Ah, who cares? Whatever, just do it." That's not common. It's not common that people will do that. But here and there, sometimes I'll see people say it. I'm like, oh, damn it, man, damn it. But I wasn't exactly that kind of person. But like I said, I just don't care. It's kind of like when I used to think like this when people would talk to me about like, oh man, it's online only or it requires online to play, and I'm like, well, I've been online since it came out, since the internet came out. I've always been online, man, always. Unless the internet went down or the power went off. So, so I used to not really give it much thought. But then I started here and there. I would talk to people that were like live in areas where their internet's really bad or the Wi-Fi is really bad, and then I was like, oh. Yeah, if I lived somewhere where I couldn't access internet, it would suck to me that all my single player games require the freaking internet, Not just that, but I do also enjoy playing online, but if my single player games require it, and which they pretty much all do now, you have to log into your account for it to recognize that you own the game to play it. I mean, right? Like it's been like that for a long time, man, and it will get more restricted. It will. That's how these slowly work out, and of course it's always for your safety and protection, kind of like this anti-cheat crap, which like I would, I'm cool with trying to stop cheaters and stuff, right? Like, but I don't even, is that even a real thing? Do these things actually do that? I don't believe they do. I mean, I suppose it's possible. I don't believe they do. You could show me if you have something to show and share that you want to or whatever. That's cool, but I don't have a reason to believe this is a real thing. And I'll tell you, part of it makes me think of the skill-based matchmaking, which has always been a lie. Always, there's no such thing as skill-based matchmaking. I suppose there's our attempts at it, like algorithmically or whatever, right? There's attempts at it, but it's not real. It's not legitimate. That's why no matter what online game I've ever played with, once I get high enough skill level, not like when I'm new and stuff, once I've played a game for a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, and I'm really good at it and I know what I'm doing, you can easily spot the noobs, easily. And you're always getting forced to play with them. They're always getting forced on your team, and they don't have a damn clue. If it was skill-based matchmaking, they would be on your level. That's how, unless I'm misunderstanding what skill-based matchmaking is supposed to be, because it makes sense to me that you would be teamed up with people at your level of skill versus other teams of your level of skill, right? That makes sense to me, but I have literally never ever witnessed that in many years of online gaming, man. Not ever. And I like maybe some matches, right? Like some matches are like, holy crap, that was a good match. Like that was even, like it was solid, like seemed like everybody was on their game and stuff. But that is so rare, dude. That is so rare in my own personal experience. Anyways, yeah, all this stuff I wasn't even meaning to get into and talk to. I meant for this to be like a couple minutes long and be like, hey, check this out. I believe this is manufactured consent. I think it's nonsense. I think it's stupid bullcrap. What do you think? Mostly because it's just a funny topic to me, and it is a part of the new normal. This to me is obvious PR. I'll share the link I'll share a link to the article in the description. You can check that out. And I mean, I showed it all here, but whatever. Anyway, so I'm gonna go. I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna take off. We'll talk to you later. Bye bye.